Hey YouTube, I'm just coming in for part 2 of the LED matrix build, a large one. Once again, it's a 1 meter square LED matrix build using Neopixel clones of Neopixels, addressable RGB LEDs. Just fix the light there. Clearly I'm new at doing this stuff. I've laid out the RGB LED strips, which led me to a huge bunch of confusion because there's a lot of complexity in the order of how you do these strips, also depending on how the libraries you use. So I laid out all these strips of 8 in 8 rows all the way along here. I'll back up a little bit so I can get more in the screen. The difficulty there is, though, if you're going to do an Arduino powered set of your self-soldered RGB LEDs, it matters where your first LED is and how you're going to draw this. Basically how you're going to present anything on these things. In the Neopixel guide, it actually says that your very first pixel would be the very top left there. And from the very top right, assuming you've laid them all out as I have, left to right incrementally on on the way these things are, and I'll just show. Sorry, because if you look at the back of one of these Neopixels, there's actually a specific direction for them to be connected. And if you buy a small LED matrix, what often happens is you'll start at the top left and it'll progress to the top right, and then rather than going all the way back to the left on the second row, it'll just go down straight to the second row and basically snake back and forth all the way through to the bottom. However, that isn't what I would consider ideal for a clean build here. Doesn't seem right to me to do that. So in the Neopixel guide, it actually has it the way I have it laid out here, from left to right, second row, left to right, etc. Meaning that you have to take a single wire for the data line to go from the top right all the way to the next starting pixel on the second row. Great. Anyway, that led me to the complexity that I'm building this in a big frame, and obviously by where you can see the bottom of the rails for the positive and ground, I wanted the Arduino to be sitting down in the bottom. I could, of course, drag a starting data line all the way up to the very top left, but you don't really need to, as it turns out, with the Adafruit library. And I would suspect the Fast LED library will do something similar, although it seems like users of the library have actually added on to make that happen. The ability is in the Neopixel Adafruit Neopixel matrix library to declare where your zero is. And regardless of where your zero is, as long as it's in a corner, it will still identify the top left pixel by you declaring how many columns and how many rows of pixels you have. Not really a problem in that case. So I'm going to be connecting the location of the Arduino to the bottom left and then going from across the bottom left to the bottom right and up to the second row from the bottom, over to the furthest right on the second row, onto the third, etc. Anyway, I'm about to start soldering things together and start adding some extra lines to be the lines between the rows, and I'll post again once I get that complete.